Hey, welcome to Beer Buddies. I'm Shez, this is Phil, and today we're Frunk as Duck. We're drinking... Holy shit.
Samichlaus. Samichlaus beer.
Today we're drinking Samichlaus beer.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, you fucking thank you. This is
probably the highest percentage beer I've ever drank.
It's 14%. It's the highest percent beer Phil's ever drank. He's a little bit of a pussy.
Excuse me.
Like on the label, it says extra strong, 14%.
Yeah.
Oh my God, French! I have a friend who speaks French. Taylor, what's this say? La boisson la plus extraordinaire au monde embotellée.
That's enough. So, Samichlaus is an Australian beer, 14% extra strong.
You sure it's Australian? Not Austrian?
Did I not say Austrian?
You said Australian.
Oh, I said product of Austria. I'm
Austria,
sorry.
not
I'm
Australia.
Sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
You should be.
So this beer, it's a very high percent beer. I haven't seen it much locally.
We've been practicing for this.
Yeah. I haven't seen it much locally.
So you bought this. It's a rare beer. Let's cut to the classy and rare portion of the show. It's a rare beer. You don't see it much in Ontario. Where do you see it much? Austria?
I'm gonna say Austria.
Is it Trappist beer?
No.
So it's not brewed by monks. It is a product of Austria. It is high content. It's like, one of Austria's finer imports. We get rarely here in Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, just for you, Americans.
Castle Brewery, yeah.
Castle Brewery, there you go. What does that mean?
The name of the brewery.
Oh. The name of the brewery is Castle Brewery. So let's cut to the 4 or 5 major things out here. Head, taste, aroma, color, and...
Taste.
First of all, the head of the beer. We poured this several times. Barely
straight on
head.
Too. Straight on.
Straight on.
All beer pouring techniques. Minimal head. This is pretty much as it had when we poured it.
Yes. Straight on means we poured it just, from the top like this. Normal beer is supposed to tilt the glass to get a good even amount of head on there.
This is still not that much for what we did. So it's not a thick head. If you watched the last episode, thick heads are mainly for porters and stouts.
Thick heads are more for loose fat, isn't it?
So we know this is not a porter or a stout right off the bat.
I'm going to show the beer again. It's been a matter of seconds, and the head's already disintegrated.
You can almost see the top layer of the beer.
Yeah, you can almost see the head of the beer touching the top. There's almost no head at all. So what does that tell us, Phil?
Brand of beer-wise, that just means that it's probably not a stout or a porter, because they usually have very thick heads because of the way they're overcooked. It produces that when you pour it, it produces a more thick head.
You can also tell it's not overcooked because of the color. Most overcooked beers will be darker. Dark ales and stouts.
So number 2 on the list is the color.
Yeah.
This is more of an amber color, and it makes it look more like it's, I'm going to say ale or amber ale. I'd say, to me, this cries either a strong IPA or ale family. I would honestly cut lager off right off the bat.
Definitely not a lager, definitely not a porter, definitely not a stout.
Yes.
Definitely not a...
No, I'd say, so the 2 that are left...
IPA?
IPA... Yes. No, it could either be an IPA or an ale at this point.
IPA, ale, and amber ale is our choices right now.
Yes, if you want to connect amber ale and ale.
Well, yeah. So we've got the head, barely none. Color, amber, auburn, around the reddish, ginger. We've got
smell.
Smell
so
next.
Number 3 on the list, smell, aroma of the beer. So with this one, it has a surprisingly strong smell.
Yeah, it's not weak like our last beer. Our last beer was Orval. Almost no head at all. Almost no smell. Wait, was there head?
There was some head, yeah.
Yeah, but not as
with this one, see, the thing is, it's not a very strong smell, which means to me it has more flavors to it, which to me makes me think it's not an IPA. It's not a bitter smell.
It smells like it tastes.
Yeah. Now,
a little bit sweet, not very bitter.
Yeah.
It tastes boozy. I mean, like, have you ever had a Rob Roy
it's
or like
14%.
It's 14%.
This is stronger. This is stronger than most wines.
This is stronger than most wines. It tastes almost like a Rob Roy. Rob Roy's a
I prefer to get this.
Type drink,
I prefer to have a wine bottle full of this than of wine.
Well, for sure.
Who doesn't like their beer? So number 4 on the list, taste. You brought this up. You've already tried it. I've already tried it. Now to me, when it comes to taste of this beer,
still fall
to me,
taste.
Yeah. Oh, it's strong. To me, it has sort of an oaky maple toffee type flavor. You were telling me this earlier. Toffee is sort of a flavor that comes hand in hand with a lot of booze in beers.
Well, I mean, like, it comes from the fermentation, right? Like, similar process goes through, like, in caramelization. Yeah. Like, you'll get your like alcohol at the same time you'll get your sweetness. Toffee, beer, toffee and booze, hand in hand. That toffee taste is just the booze. I think the real taste in this is the fall group of tastes. Yeah. Like, just like the last one, a lot of amber color ales would have a fall taste, like obviously exceptions like, Moosehead IPA or whatever like that, definitely a fall taste here. Fall, so boozy that you could call it winter.
You're saying seasons. You're in this fall.
Number 6 or number 5, seasons. I'm saying fall.
I personally say fall, not necessarily winter. It's a little bit too... it's a little bit too loose, I think, to be winter. It's not.
Winter beers are more bitter, like they're darker.
Yeah, this one doesn't taste too thick. It just tastes boozy. Like it's, I don't know. It just tastes like.
Yeah, our last one, Orval, was a lot more bitter. This is a lot sweeter and a lot boozier. A
lot of flavors.
A lot of flavors. You won't find stuff like this in winter beers. Winter beers are much darker. They're much more straightforward. Yeah, it's a complex flavor too. You won't. Yeah, it's not bitter. It's really sweet, really boozy. You'll find a lot of... If you want to compare it to foods, like a lot of cardamom, a lot of spice, a lot of... I'd even go far as to say... are you familiar with masala?
No, I'm not.
It is a... well, I am, because I'm brown, obviously. It is a frequent spice in curries.
This would pair very well with that.
Yeah, this would really pair very well
spices.
With spices and curries. What else did you pair it with? Oh, I'm moving up to number 5.
This is definitely the
6 or
entree.
7?
I put this at steaks.
Yeah, steaks. Main event platters. Steaks.
Finish this before your dessert, or have it as the dessert.
Or have it as the dessert.
I don't know. Maybe even chocolate. I'm gonna say chocolate.
Really?
Pair it with chocolate. Yeah.
Not dark chocolate.
No, just milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate? White chocolate.
Yeah. No, white chocolate. Just milk chocolate.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, all right. I do milk chocolate.
Would you consider this drink classy?
Classy? Ooh, Austrian. Yeah. I've never met an Austrian that wasn't classy.
You can't consider the female antagonist from Indiana Jones 3 to be someone you've met.
I've never seen an Austrian.
We both know that's the only Austrian.
So, sorry, Samichlaus, or say it. Samichlaus. Definitely classier. So it's not a Trappist. It's not brewed by monks.
I wouldn't put that as a huge highlight, just because that's actually more uncommon than it is common.
Exactly. But last time we were talking about, like, Trappist being fancy and all. This is not a Trappist beer. It is just an Austrian high quality brewery, and they're doing really good work. It's, you know what? If we're gonna do classy and rarity in the same type, this is rare.
I'm not sure. How
often would you get it in Ontario? Almost never.
I'm not sure the next time that I'm going to see it on the shelf, actually. I think I just came by it by accident, really. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, I'm going to go straight to my thoughts on it. I'm not a huge fan of it just because I think it's just too boozy. Like, it just tastes like I'm... Like, off one glass of this, off a half a bottle, I'm feeling, tipsy from it. It's just... It's too boozy. I wouldn't... I'd give it like a 2.5 out of 5.
Really?
Just
Wow,
because
just like a half?
personal taste.
Wow.
Or a 3 out of 5. Like I appreciate it. It's just like I don't like it.
I'd give it at least a 4 to 5 out of 5. I mean, I actually like this better than Orval. Phil obviously likes the Orval better.
I like the flavor more. This is just a little bit too boozy for my taste.
Now, see, I'm a big fan of rich, full flavors, which you won't get in bitter beers. Bitter beers can be full, but they won't be rich. They won't be warm. This is like a fire in a camp house, like a fireplace in a cabin. It is a nice beer to keep you warm, not literally.
Warms pretty well too. Like it brings out a lot of the flavors.
It's
better.
sweet. It's candy-like.
Yeah. But it gets richer the longer you leave it.
Well, we've been drinking for a while too. The show's called Frunk is Duck. We've pre-drank for this. So Phil's score is 2.5. It's 50 out of 100. He's not a huge fan.
I don't like it.
Not a big fan of strong beers that taste boozy. My score is 4 out of 5. 80 to 90% around there. Like if you want to say it. I really like the taste. This is a primo fall beer. If it were available more frequently, I would drink it every fall. Really boozy. It's not a party beer like Canadian and Corona where you're gonna drink it a lot. You're gonna buy a 2-4 and you're gonna drink all of it. But
good luck.
Good luck. But 2-4 of this shit, oh my god.
You could get a wine bottle of this and it would just be
You'd be done.
the end of you. No, it would just be like the thing is that this is about one of these is probably about 2
3
glasses,
times as strong.
2 glasses of wine. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that I have actually had some really shitty experiences with wine. No, anyway, so we are Frunk is Duck.
Frunk is Duck.
Frunk is Duck.
I'm Shez, that's Phil.
Yeah, God, this thing is getting to me.
We were drinking Samichlaus.
Samichlaus.